KJAG Radio on behalf of the Idea Magazine. We are here with Haywired. How'd you guys meet?
She started out, me and this guy working on a job together. And we got to jamming to the radio, and he says, well, you know, a couple guys can play in a band, so we kind of started it all up that way. And got together one night, cold night out in the garage, froze their butts off. It all pretty much started up from there, and just everybody else kind of added on from there. Yeah.
Maintenance. Short, long story short. Yeah. I mean, that's right here, this crew.
We played together back when I was in high school, 10 years ago. I started with these guys. We were playing harder stuff like, you know, hard rock, progressive metal. And then we kind of just lost touch and everything. Brad Reed here came along, and we started at Haywired. So how'd you guys come up with the name Haywired?
Well,
that's a good one. I don't know that one.
Who wants to take that one?
Well, they told me that was the name of it, and that was my story. The drummer was going up to Kansas City, and he was behind a big diesel full of hay bales and stuff like that. He seen it and sent a text message, said, hey man, what about Haywired? We were like, hey, we can try that out.
How old were you guys when you first started like the country music?
33.
Yeah, I'm 4. And I've been in contests and shows since I was that tall, probably 4 or 5 years old, just singing constant country. And so I came across all these guys that were in metal bands, and they said I somewhat converted them over to country, and I hope they're having a good time.
And you guys are all from around here?
Yes. I'm from Plano, Nevada originally, but I'm been here since 4th grade, 5th grade, so yeah, pretty much grew up here. I've listened to country my whole life. My dad, that's all he listens to. I grew up listening to Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash, you know, all the classics as well as all the 90s country genre. I never really played it, but I've always listened to it and had a wide variety of them, so it's a little new playing it, having a blast though. So,
You grew up listening to it? You gotta love rock and roll?
Am I right? You were definitely right.
hey man, you know, our goal is to take country music and have a little fun with it. Add a little rock, keep it traditional, just have fun, man. I mean, we all come from, you know, wanting to play music, write our own stuff, and, you know, do something with our lives and be able to entertain and have people enjoy what we put out. And, you know, obviously we've got a rock side to us and things like that, but, you know, Garth Brooks and stuff like that, man, you know, we've all grown up with them. Everybody knows them and loves them and stuff like that, so it's like, country's always been there, but you know, you get an eye opener and you wake up and you're like, hey man, that's where it's at.
Okay, so with that, who would you say are your guys' heaviest influences with this band?
To be honest with you, my roots are all from Garth.
Yeah.
I love that guy since dad. Here, I guess, I understand what he was saying. It's just, I come from more of the entertainment side of it. I might not be worth a darn at singing, but those people out there are screaming. I'm happy with it, so
There's nothing greater than that, man. You know, that's why we do it, honestly. That's the greatest feeling in the world, hearing all them out there screaming when Brad asks them if they're having a good time. That's just amazing. There's no way to even describe that.
I think one of the coolest things that probably everybody in this band could say is, you know, you get to singing a song and you ask those guys out there to sing back to you, and they start singing, and you know, we're just a small band, a so-called nobody here out of Wichita, Kansas, and they're singing back with you. It's probably one of the coolest things ever.
Makes it all more surreal.
Oh yeah. It's a great feeling.
You gotta keep your feet on the ground.
So did you guys get quite of a crowd out there today to cheer you on like this one out here?
Yeah, it was a great crowd.
Yeah. Great crowd.
Yeah, they love the music, they love Brad. Brad was talking to them, they responded greatly. The
whole time about it. So, yeah, it was really.
So is this particular show one of your guys' bigger shows that you guys have done?
Well, I mean, we've played with Kevin Fowler. I mean, honestly, we just did a huge benefit with 102 on the Bull on the Bobby Bones show a couple of weeks ago. It was for a great cause, 30 Apes charity, and there was a lot of people out there.
2,000 people.
It was a lot of fun, and they was out there too. Hopefully, they just keep getting bigger.
It was outside too. There was this Kansas, I don't know their exact name, can't remember, but some dance group was there, and they started coming up dancing right in front of the stage. They were brilliant dancers. Yeah.
I'd say we've been fairly lucky. No matter where we've been, we've gotten a great turnaround and response back from the crowd. So it's one of those deals. We must be doing something right. So.
You're always scared, like, you're gonna go out there and they're gonna be like, what's this? Like, what are you guys doing? We want to see the main act. So that first song, for me especially, I'm sure for everybody else too, when you hear them scream, it's like, okay, good. Like, we're not getting booed off the stage or something.
We all have a great time. We get together, you know, our goal is to write music, you know, entertain the crowd, stuff like that. You know, if you look from our first show to our show now, you know, with all of us standing up there with guitars and looking like deer with, you know, headlights in front of us, and now we're finally getting comfortable, and you know, people like to see that stuff.
Yeah.
Man, if you got a band that just stands there, ain't nobody gonna get into it, you know. And I guess that comes kind of on the rocker side and things like that, and having fun, you know, going to rock concerts, or Garth Brooks, or you know, early '90s with those guys, of how they were so flash, man.
Yeah,
They were just the
Just
first
crowd
concert
interact.
I've ever went to in my entire life was Garth Brooks here in Wichita. And when he walked off stage and the show was over, when I was that young, I was like, that's what I want to do. I mean, that right there is fun. So.
It's kind of every musician's dream is to have 10,000 fans screaming your name.
Yeah.
It's
Make a living.
I think as a group, we kind of all. I mean, there's not really big names from Wichita here. I've come to these concerts out here at places like this, and it's a tough gig, and I understand it's a hard road, but I'd like to put Wichita on the map. You know, somebody says Wichita, Kansas. I mean, I get people all the time. So where's that at? I want them to know. Oh, you know, that Haywired is from Wichita, Kansas. We know exactly where it's at. You know, so that's the biggest deal for me. And so continue having fun with it. It's been a blast so far.
It's kind of like all you ever hear about is Oklahoma, Texas, and we got a lot of great bands around here, man. Like, we're just waiting for someone to realize it, come down here and, you know, give us a shot. And,
Got a new term, man, Kansas country. Okay, you got red dirt, you got all that and everything else, you know. What about Kansas country? We're a little raunchy
Kansas
here.
clay.
Kansas clay.
Kansas clay.
You know, we're just good just have fun. There's a lot of good groups out there right now. You know, in the Wichita area, it seems like lately, within the last couple of years and stuff, you know, country music's starting to get back into it. People are enjoying it. Bars are starting to have more live music and things like that. And you know, and the good thing about the bars around town is the fact that they're allowing your creative side on top of, yeah, you know, you got to play covers and things like that, but you know, they have no problem with you. Hey, you know, we got about a good 10, 12 originals that we wrote. You have a problem with that? No, they don't. And you know, just being able to go out there and play, and it's just crazy. You know, Wichita's starting to get a little better on it.
So with that said, you said you had about 10 to 12 originals. Have you guys been looking into maybe cutting an album, or have you cut an album?
We've been in the studio back in this past winter. Got in the studio, we put 4 songs down. It's just kind of one of those deals, you know, we're a so-called nobody band, and come out to do gigs like this to attempt to earn money to get us into places like that. And we don't want to be one of those bands that, where I come from, I don't want it given to me. I want to tell people, you know what, I earned every bit of that. And that's just kind of where we're at. So it's slowly happening, but it's getting there.
It takes time.
I'd say be looking out this year. I think we're going to have a big year this year. We have the best group of guys we've ever had in this group now. And most dedicated, and I think we'll be looking to hit the studio hard this year and get some music out. And right now we have a 4-song demo people can check out. Look up Haywired on Facebook. Be www.haywired/316. And they can check out our music on there. Look us up on Reverb Nation.
So before we wrap this up, is there any inspirational words you guys like to say to your fans or anybody out there that's trying to start doing country music? And
All your dreams, just don't stop. No matter what, you never stop. Perseverance, dedication, practice. Get somebody to help you if you need, training or whatever instrument you're looking at. Just don't stop. That's what I say.
Have fun with it.
Have fun. Yeah,
Just have fun with it. If it's not fun, there's no sense in doing it.
Exactly right.
Big thanks to all our fans, man. I swear we got some of the best fans. They are hardcore. They follow us all around the state, down in Oklahoma. I mean, our fans, families just back at 100%. Brad, our singer, his parents, they do so much for this band to try and help us to succeed. They sell our merch, they follow us everywhere, they help run sound. I mean, I really think we have some of the best fans around here.
I appreciate the time, and we hope to see you guys at your next show.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.